over time, over many, 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 many years of pondering inflation, cosmological inflation, I realize it's a good idea, a good scientific idea, and that there are ways there's good potentially good scientific evidence for inflation, but a very special kind of inflation driven by what I call accelerons. The Higgs isn't, okay? That's another good example of me reacting to science, good science, and then being very skeptical. It's okay to be skeptical, but not forever. Not forever. Not when their evidence indicates in the favor of science. So just like inflation, just like black holes, I had to assume that the Higgs was just an artificial creation to make something work theoretically, but didn't really exist in reality. But over many, many years, I swear I'm becoming the strongest advocate for Stephen Hawking's research for inflation, but very special kind of inflation, and the Higgs, because the Higgs is actually tied to this stuff. Which we'll maybe be able to get into later. But here's another one: gravitational waves don't occur. Well, I made an incorrect assumption that imagine Alpha Centauri, the Alpha Centauri system had like a dying star that was going to go supernova and then turn into a black hole. I mean, the shock waves, that's 4 light years away, right? Only 4 light years away. The shock waves, let's just forget about the mass involved, the ejection of mass, and just talk about the gravitational shock waves from that event would probably destroy the Earth. I'm thinking so gravitational waves, if they existed, when I first heard about the notion some years ago, I thought, well, they probably don't exist, because if they did exist, it would be catastrophic to life on Earth if they happen nearby, like a collapsing, like a black hole forming nearby, or even possibly two neutron stars merging nearby could possibly destroy life on this planet. It's possible. The shock waves, the gravitational shock waves, like a space quake. That's what they are. It's like a space quake, and they're extremely destructive when they're nearby. Extremely destructive. So I was right about that. But I was wrong about that they don't occur, and I was wrong, also wrong that, correct but incorrect. That most of this stuff happens so far away that there's no danger to Earth. Absolutely no danger, that we can barely detect these events with the current technology. So I was wrong about that. There's so many things I was wrong about. It's just laughable. It's ridiculous. All right, lens thirring doesn't happen. It's a GR concept. I'm pretty sure Einstein was aware of it. Lens thirring was named after these 2 guys who, general relativists. I think they were around Einstein's time. Basically, the notion of when something massive spins, like a I love that. When something hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's that mean? It's like rotating shit. What's up? Oh, rotating shit. Lens thirring is a notion that like massive object like a neutron star or a rotating black hole actually twists space-time. Torques it is a better engineering terminology. It actually torques it, and this actually was measured. And I thought for sure. Now, just like gravitational waves, now none of this stuff is, no, it's not. But I was wrong. Thank God I was wrong, because lens thirring is actually important in not just in GR but in quantum the quantum realm. Lens thirring is actually important in the quantum realm. Anyways, so I was wrong about that too. Casimir effect, we'll maybe save that for other time. Non-locality is, no, maybe save that for other time. Schrodinger's cat always dies. I believe questioning assumptions is always part of good science, but questioning everything during formal academic training can lead to a lot of blind alleys or dead ends. I still believe there are valid refutations of Bell's theorem, valid alternative explanations for the Casimir force, and Schrodinger's cat always dies. But honestly, if the final version of the framework, the AR framework, is accurate, I can handle being wrong about all three. Cosmology is either an acquired taste, Zor, exclusive or, you're born interested. For me, I wasn't just born interested, I was born rabidly obsessed with it. If you have the academic and intellectual forte and preparation, the following is an interesting article. So the link is archive.org/abs/1503.03911. Loaded with formal details, collateral frameworks, and potential validity, the small book is a comprehensive, conventional Graviweek plus Inflaton framework that does a good job of unifying the Standard Model and general relativity. My feeble, informal version of Graviweek plus Acceleron is a framework in concept or name only. Harsh but true. We may, if we have time in another video, we may get to how Gug has helped me out. But this, he helped, in a sense, he helped me generate this article. With his constant criticisms and of me and my theories and my ideas, my cockamamie ideas and theories, he actually helped me generate this article. In some ways, it would be a relief if I was wrong, but an author responded positively about my revised Standard Model diagram just today. That was Dr. Attila. Not just any author, the principal investigator of the X-17, the PI. Uncanny, isn't it? If the authors of the article cited above reply similarly, which they did, but not as positively as Dr. Attila, I will be forced to continue. I think there's other articles I've written where I'm very critical of myself. That's enough for now. I think that's enough for one video. Demi, there's no words to describe my appreciation of our friendship and my friendship with Doug. I'm not finished with the critical self-analysis that Doug inspired and others, but mostly Doug. I'm not finished with that, but it's enough for one video, and I don't want to bombard you with I want to try to somehow optimize the following. I want to nurture our friendship. That's critically important to me. And I want to share, so that God willing, I can inspire you to share with me what you're interested in, what you care about, what you love, and that you're going to do it regardless, like your photography and stuff, and anything else that you would love to share. Um, and what's the other thing? And I want to, and I, it's important to me to let Doug know through you that he's done a lot of positive things in my life, a lot of positive things. And being critical of my cockamamie ideas has been fundamental in this stuff. Fundamental. So I don't take it as negativity. I just take it as constructive criticism, and that's the way it works. It pans out anyways. So I'm still not finished with the self-critical analysis, because there's a lot of stuff that I may need to bring in later on. But I think it's important. It's like the notion I was telling to this, and I'll finish with this idea. And this is just more like my own philosophy of life. So it's part of my scientific attitude too. When you do anything out of ego, like, I'm king of the world, I'm super wonderful, and everyone should be paying me just for this. You should pay me for this. If you're egotistical in anything that you do, when I say you, I mean me. When I'm egotistical in anything that I do, it's doomed to failure. It's going to be foobarred. When I do anything out of ego or self-aggrandizement or anything for me, or to edify, or to, oh, I'm a cool person, I'm so smart, I'm so clever, I'm so, what do you call it, I'm such a great scientist, I'm going to be the greatest scientist in human history, with that attitude, it's like, for sure, I'm not only going to hell and greasing the chute, but my life is going to be squandered, absolutely squandered. So anyway.